Come on in.
Hello, Mr. Gaines. Christine Jackson.
Christine, great
Nice
to meet you.
you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for that tour, by the way, of your facilities. I absolutely loved going in and seeing the assembly line and seeing what it takes to build, I guess, a tough tabletop. So it was really great. Thank you so much for putting that together.
You're very welcome.
On that note, what got you involved in the business?
You know, it's a family business, been around for, several generations, and one of those things. It took me a little bit of time to get comfortable and decided to make the family business something I wanted to do, but I'm glad I did, and now I sit here and we just want to keep growing and expanding.
Wow, that's wonderful. And I mean, I guess you had that vision of family's important to you, like you said, and going out there and I guess building the perfect tables. And so I guess what would be your vision for tough tabletops?
Just growing, continuing to grow and support the people that we've got here.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, it's rewarding, to be able to provide people with jobs and, give them a way to support their families. And so that's what we want to do. We just want to continue to grow and become a better brand and help other people.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds wonderful. And I mean, wouldn't you say that there are four support, so here's the analogy I'm going to give for you today.
Sure.
So just like every table per se has four supports. I mean, sometimes they can have three or one, but for the sake of the analogy, has four supports. Us at ADP have four supports that complement your business. And if you don't mind, I'd like to uncover that process with you today of the four things that makes tough tables, I guess, run and work well.
Cool.
So on that note, here's my business card. Sounds a little dented, but
good thing.
And is it correct that we have 20 minutes for today's appointment?
We do.
Okay. And is there anyone else that needs to be included in this decision-making process today?
Great question. We've got Judy.
Mm-hmm.
She is really responsible for the payroll. She can't be here today.
Okay.
But depending on how it goes, we'll figure out when to get her involved.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a time that would work best if we were to go to that next step? A time of the day that would work?
We'll see. I'm here. I'm all ears.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to hear what you got. Bill made a great recommendation of you,
mm-hmm.
So that's why we took the time, and so I'm just here to learn.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good. So if I understand correctly from my research, Paychex is your current payroll provider. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Very nice. So when it comes to Paychex, I just honestly want to know how your payroll system is working for you. So can you give me an honest opinion? What do you like about Paychex? What do you don't like about Paychex?
I don't deal with it completely. Judy does quite a bit
mm-hmm.
of it, but I hear from her. We've got a lot of complaints with support.
Mm-hmm. So support in the aspect that there's no one on the phone lines, or support as in no one there to help you if there's a fee or a problem in the system, in that aspect?
Phone issues for sure. It sounds like the turnover is just
mm-hmm.
a revolving door over there at Paychex.
Okay, yeah. And so is there any instances, I guess, you said that there's problems with the turnover. Has there been an instance maybe in the past where you perhaps paid an employee too less or too much?
That you'd have to get into the weeds with Judy. I'm sure y'all could talk for a while on all the issues that she's had.
Yeah, no problem.
From a high level view, I just know that support and transition
mm-hmm.
from Paychex to this, I think the platforms are somewhat similar.
Okay. So you definitely would agree that if things go well today, you'd be willing to make that change to ADP?
Yeah, and I don't know if you have what it takes to transition our business over to that.
Mm-hmm.
We've just been, we've been hit with the issues at ADP.
Mm-hmm.
Bill talks, you're a great person,
mm-hmm.
but you got to convince me that, you're the right fit.
And definitely, and I will get to that, but I just want to highlight a couple more things. So you said something about growth. So is there any growth that you see potentially? I believe you had 50 employees. Any growth in terms of employees?
Definitely. That's the plan. It hasn't been announced yet, but we're trying to get to Canada.
Okay. Any specific strategy when it comes to Canada?
I don't know if strategy comes to mind. Issues, while we're talking payroll systems, I know Judy made mention of some potential tax issues
mm-hmm.
and complexity with compliance.
Okay.
And
All right. Well, we're definitely here for you to make sure that, of course, ADP is compliant. And on that note, does your current system Paychecks give you that international view that you're looking for in the future?
We don't get the warm and fuzzy from them by any means. And again, it comes down to people buy from who they like, and we don't feel like we have the support. They're not putting in what it takes to help the business.
Well, I can surely understand that. A lot of my customers have said the exact same thing. And by switching to ADP, they've seen revenues increase, operating expenses decrease, and ultimately have increased peace of mind that their payroll is going to be there. So going back to that table analogy, just like I said, a table needs 4 legs or 4 supports to stand.
Sure.
And ADP would like to show 4 supports for your business, and one of those would be efficiency. Like you said, you're looking for a payroll system that's efficient, that can produce that turnover that you're looking for, and give you that all-around experience of just being there for you, being warm, friendly, engaging in your payroll system. Also, you mentioned compliance. ADP is also here to give you a compliant experience that will help you get to Canada and anywhere in the world for that matter. We're here for you to make sure that you reach your growth potential.
Okay.
Also, accuracy is important too. I'm sure your employees have had, you mentioned you weren't quite sure, but maybe there's been some employee disruptions due to inefficient payroll, and we're here to make sure that doesn't happen. Also, we're here to give you, flexibility. Flexibility in expanding and flexibility in your options when it comes to ADP. So without further ado, I'd just like to show you some of the highlights of ADP. So there's our table, efficiency, accuracy, compliance, and flexibility. First off, on efficiency, we have a portal. It's called ADP Run Mobile. It's easy to use, available, and quick. Honestly, your managers can pull it out. Each of them would have a separate account. They can calculate payroll with the calculator function from a computer, from their iPhone. I know if they're in the factory and they need to do something, that would work as well. An iPad, and it gives them 24/7 accessibility. Also, there's a 24/7 helpline, so if your clients feel, or your managers feel like they have an issue or a problem, they'll get a real person to answer their phone call. No wait time. A person will answer that phone and be with them immediately. Also, compliancy. We at ADP have a no fine guarantee. We keep compliant with the current taxes because government is constantly putting new regulations on payroll. It's our job to make sure that your system is running effectively. We believe in this so much that we'll actually put all the workplace signs in your factory so that your employees are aware of their rights when it comes to payroll. How does that sound?
Well, that doesn't sound good. But no, I'm kidding. No, it's great. No, it really is. I will say, for me being here, you and Judy can get down into the dirty details of all these things. She understands that and the complexity behind it. My number one goal to keep everyone happy, right? We've got several 50+ employees down there, and we've got to keep operation moving. I don't know if ADP can support me on the background. You seem great. Bill made great recommendation of you, but how do I know that ADP, I don't know that ADP is going to be able to take care of us as a whole, the company as a whole, the resources.
Well, I'm glad you asked, because in accuracy, we're error-free and we're on time, but also we like to have your employees know what they're getting into. They can download an app themselves, and once again, you said family as a whole. So you as a whole can be on the same page with ADP. It's a long-term solution. It's not something that's short or just for your managers. No sneaky business in ADP. We want each customer or each of your employees to know, because they are our customers, to know when it comes to payroll, their options. So once again, we want to work with you to make that tabletops a family business. So where your employees feel like family.
I follow the analogy. I like it.
And so on that flexibility, like you said, you want something that grows with you, takes your family to the next level. And that you mentioned Canada. And we'd like to do exactly that. With our capabilities, we'll keep you updated on the taxes when it comes to hiring internationally, and we'll do that for you. And we guarantee that we'll do it without a mistake, making sure that you are compliant and also able to grow your business. honestly, from your 50 employees now to 200,000, we've got you covered.
Cool.
However that growth ends up. And so on that note, I'd like to ask you, how much money are you currently making from payroll?
What do I make every month?
What are you making? What are you earning based on your payroll?
What is my salary?
What revenue are you gaining from payroll?
What revenue am I gaining from payroll? I guess none, right?
Yeah, and that's a lot of what our clients have said. I wasn't trying to trick you. Sorry.
No, I said, yeah, you made me think twice about that question, goodness.
And that's exactly what a lot of companies, in fact, are losing money on their payroll. And we want this to be a value driver for your company. So in fact, we estimate on average that customers that switch to ADP gain about $120,000 worth of added value to their company. This comes from fees they don't have to pay due to uncompliant systems, employee errors eliminated, also just knowing that peace of mind that you are going to have your payroll, and also your employees won't have to spend as much time with our user-friendly app and system. So how does that number look, 120,000?
Hey, I put that in my pocket all day long.
Mm-hmm. And so the system costs about $3,000 on average, and then I know you said you had some contractors, I believe. You said plus or minus on the workforce.
Sure.
And so that can be adjusted. But in total, you're looking for about $117,000 worth of added value to your company. What could you do with that money?
We could do enormous things with that money. Equipment, nice vacation, new table designs. Do a 3-leg table versus a 4-leg table. Then you'd have to change your presentation, but no.
Yeah, it works.
No, it's great.
Well, there's your table. So, and we definitely want to make sure that we provide that efficiency, compliancy, accuracy, and flexibility that Tabletops is looking for. So I know you said the next step would be to have a meeting with you and Judy to go for that next step.
Sure.
And so is there any way, would you like to make an appointment now, or should I do so with your secretary, Chelsea?
I think what you've shown me, it's got my attention. And Judy should be around next week. We've got meetings on Friday. I will do my best to be around Friday when she's there. But Friday meetings at 4 p.m.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really look forward to speaking with you in the future about the potential that your company has with ADP.
Very cool.
So thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Christine. Nice job.
Thanks. So I actually have your brother in all my classes. He talks about you all the time.
Oh my God.
He's in all my finance classes.
I'm so sorry.
No, he's fine. He sits next to me. He keeps me company. So, because he's like, my brother works for 3M because I'm interning with 3M. Nice. So I mentioned that. So yeah. So yeah.
That's cool. What division?
I'm industrial markets. So I have no idea where or what, but I guess I'll find out. So
yeah.
What division are you?
Let me get you my card real quick. I'm the same thing, industrial markets.
Okay.
Currently within the pharmacy, industrial market, and 1,000 areas.